Hi, everyone. Welcome to 30 Minutes in His Presence. Over the past 4 weeks, we have been laying a foundation. We talked about total surrender, living differently, guarding your heart, being spirit led, not self led. Now, today, we ask an important question. If I am truly set apart, what should my life produce? Because transformation should leave evidence. Being set apart is not about looking spiritual, it is about becoming fruitful. Our key scripture is going to be taken from John 15, verse 16. And this is Jesus speaking. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last. Jesus did not just call us to be saved, He appointed us to be fruitful. Not just seasonal fruit, not just emotional fruit, but fruit that lasts. Fruit does not happen by effort, fruit happens by connection. Let's still remain in John 15, and this time let's look at verse 4. Verse 4 reads, Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. If a branch is disconnected from the vine, it cannot produce. In other words, if we are disconnected from Jesus, we cannot bear fruit. Likewise, if we are disconnected from prayer, the word, obedience, intimacy with Him, fruit begins to wither. Being set apart means we remain connected to the source. It is possible to be busy in church, to post scriptures on our social media platforms, to serve consistently, to look disciplined, but still not bear spiritual fruit in our lives. Fruit is not about a platform. It's not about popularity. It's not about performance. It's not about a title. Fruit is Christ like character, growing patience, growing self control, increasing in love, stability under pressure. We find the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians 5, verse 22 to 23. Fruit grows slowly, but growth should still be noticeable. Ask yourself this question today. Do I respond differently than I did last year? Am I more patient? Do I recover quickly from an offense? Is my obedience faster? Spiritual growth may not be dramatic, but it should be developing. If nothing is changing, something isn't connecting. Pruning is also part of fruitfulness. This is the part that we don't like. In John 15, Jesus explains that the Father prunes fruitful branches. Let's look at it. It's John 15, verse 2. It says here, every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away. And every branch that bears fruit, he prunes that it may bear more fruit. Pruning feels like correction. Pruning feels like delays. Pruning feels like conviction. Pruning may feel like loss. Pruning may feel like a stretching season. But pruning is not a punishment. Pruning is a preparation for greater fruit. Just like we read what Jesus said here, every branch that bears fruit, he prunes that it may bear more fruit. If God is removing something from your life, it may be because He is protecting the fruit He is developing. When I reflect on my life, I can see in different seasons where God was pruning me. Some seasons it was uncomfortable. Some seasons it felt like the world was coming to an end. But I can tell you that as I sit today, I am so grateful from how far God has brought me till today. I see the goodness of God in my life. I see his faithfulness. But it took pruning for him to get me to where I am today. Fruit, you have to understand, is never just for you only. He says here, lasting fruits to impact to others. When you grow in peace, your home changes. When you grow in patience, your children benefit. When you grow in integrity, your workplace shifts. When you grow in love, your relationships heal. Being set apart is not about being isolated, it is about influence. You were appointed to bear fruit that lasts, fruit that will be a blessing to generation. So take a moment and ask yourself this question: what fruit is God growing in me right now? What area still needs pruning? Am I connected or just busy? Being set apart is not about perfection, it is about progression. When your life is surrendered, when your life is guarded, when your life is spirit led, fruit becomes inevitable. So stay connected to the vine, stay connected to Jesus, stay connected to obedience, stay available. The fruit will come. Thank you for spending time with me in His presence. And until next week, bye bye.